If you just signed up for Maya and are sitting on this dashboard page, wondering what to do next, this video is for you. So, first of all, there is another video that I'll link in this description which walks you through how to use the dashboard, different menu options and stuff. But if you just signed up for Maya, the first thing I would recommend to you is go to the training section. There are plenty of videos out there to make you understand what Maya is, how to use it, how it makes its trading decisions, how you can implement its trading decisions into your own trading. And I'll keep adding more and more videos there. So this is the trading section. Things may change when you see this because I'll keep adding videos. So there are plenty of videos for you to go through and learn. And you can always request a training video if you feel like there is something lacking or something you don't understand. Just send a request and I'll be happy to add more videos. So the next step is Maya takes trades in my own live account. And as it opens and closes trades, it will send you trade alerts. So the trade alerts will come through emails. And if on the website you have lots of options of tweaking how many notifications you want from Maya, and let me just show you real quick. On the website, in the settings section, you will see there's multiple tabs. So there's a preferences tab where your primary email, which is how you signed up with, is there. That is the email address we will use to notify you about trade alerts and any other important information. You can also enter an alternate email if you want to just use a dedicated email for Maya's alerts. If you are a pro member, all options are included, but if you are on the lower tiers, you can add SMS as an option to receive trade alerts. Put your phone number in and you're subscribed to the SMS option, you will start getting SMS alerts for opening and closing trades. You can completely disable notifications too. So if you go to notifications tab, you will see there is an option called do not disturb. So you can completely disable all notifications. That's one option. And then you have further control over the kinds of emails you want to receive. So I'll walk you through one by one what options are these and then show you what that email looks like and how you would use that in your daily life. So the number one is general morning announcement and trade ideas. So Maya by default will start sending you a morning Outlook email just at market open. It usually comes 15 minutes after market open. The market outlook really gives you a peek inside Maya's brain. So when I developed Maya, I did not want Maya to be a black box where you sign up for a black box, you don't know how it's making its decisions, and you are just supposed to follow the trade alerts. So Maya is very transparent. That's why I have back tests published on the website. I have videos explaining exactly the trade entry process, the trade exit process, trade management process, everything in the training section. And the morning market outlook is another way of giving you a peek into what Maya is thinking about the markets. So at the top, there is a summary section which says general market trend bullish. So notice that it says QQQ. It uses QQQ, which is an ETF that follows NASDAQ. Maya uses QQQ as its benchmark. If you watch the trade management video, you will see that I have an explanation why it uses QQQ. So it uses QQQ as its benchmark, and it's telling you that the 50-day EMA is over the 200-day EMA, so that's bullish. It's giving you further information on MACD. It's telling you about VIX. So it's giving you like a summary of what it's thinking of the markets. Then it's telling you information about allocation. So it will keep adjusting its allocation based on market conditions. So if VIX shoots through the roof, um, you will see that the allocation will drop to low. Sometimes it will say allocation is 0.1%, and that means it can't take any more trades. So it keeps tweaking its allocation, how much money it has to trade based on market conditions. When markets go into a correction or pullback and they start coming out of the correction, it will start increasing its exposure to the market because that is really the best time to make money. When markets are overbought, it will start reducing its allocation. in anticipation of a correction or pullback. Then it gives you some more information. For example, one rule I have is never take trades where earnings dates are overlapping the expiration, because earnings are a binary event, so it's almost like a gambling like situation. No one knows what's going to happen, so it just skips trades on stocks even if the setup is there, if the earnings are interfering with its expiration window. So it always informs you that these are the upcoming earnings this week, in the next 5 days. Then macro events, it will tell you, it's aware of macroeconomic data that comes out. So it could be in some inflation number like CPI, PPI, PCE. It could be GDP, jobless claims. So it will tell you any macro events that are lined up for that week. And then finally, the sector rotation piece. Eventually, I'll provide a sector rotation chart on the website. It's not ready yet, but this is important piece of information. So what happens is when markets are trending up, they're in a growth phase, you will see that the sector that lead the market are the risk on sectors. They're mostly XLK, which is technology, XLY, which is consumer discretionary, XLC, communications. So these sectors will start rising up. That is the best environment for Maya to make money. Now, sometimes you will see, like in this example, it's saying some defensive sectors present. So it's telling you there is a XLV, healthcare sector is leading. So what happens is, if you understand sector rotation, markets go in cycles. So there sometimes you will see that all the money is flowing into the risk on sectors. Tech is going up. There's an AI bubble. um, Meme stocks are going up. So those times, what happens is all the money flows into XLK, XLY, XLC, XLF, which is finance. So all these sectors. Eventually, what happens is markets go up too much and they need to take a breather, and that leads to a correction or pullback. Now, how do you know that the pullback is about to happen? So you can get hints from different sectors in the market. There are certain sectors which are called the consumer defensive sectors, like XLP, which is consumer staples. So everybody needs to go to Walmart and Costco, no matter how bad the economy is. So that's called the consumer staples sector. So another example is XLV, which is the healthcare sector. Again, everybody needs to take care of their health, no matter how good or bad the economy is. So these sectors are usually suppressed when money is flowing into the risk on sectors in the market. When the risk on sectors go up too quick and they need to take a breather, the same money will start coming out of those sectors and the bubble will start deflating, and it starts going into the the boring sector. Let's call them the boring sector, like the staples and the healthcare. And that is usually an indication that you need to become careful about deploying too much money into the markets. And that is what this tells you. When it says some defensive sectors present, it's telling you that there could be an upcoming correction and you need to be careful. And Maya also becomes careful. What will happen is, you will see when this happens, it will start taking less trades, it will start dropping its allocation and exposure to the markets as well. Maya trades 35 stocks, so it's giving you a list of the stocks that it thinks are suitable for a trade in the trade ideas section. Now, every hour, it will also send you emails, because it the Maya engine wakes up every hour, scans the markets, and whatever trades it finds, it will email you those trade ideas as well. So these trade ideas are restricted from the 35 stocks that it trades. Now, just FYI, there is a trade scanner available on the website. Pro plan users have access to it, and other plan users can add that as an add-on. Now, that trade scanner expands Maya's list to approximately 250 stocks. So if you run that scanner, it'll find you many more trades. Okay, here is a good example of a trade alert. So this is the trade alert on Visa 340 345 call spread. And that's how a trade alert email looks like. It's saying new trade open, it's telling you the symbol, trade, structure, stock price at that time. And what you will usually find is Maya always tries to envelope the current price with its strike. So since the price is 342, it bought a 340 call and sold a 345 call. So the price is kind of sandwiched between the call spread, and that's called an ATM, or at the money call spread. It's telling you the expiration date. Expirations will usually vary between 24 to 35 days. The method remains the same. There is some flexibility for you. You don't have to take the exact same expiration date, but keep it between 24 to 35 days. And it's telling you how much it paid for that trade. So remember, all these are at the money debit spreads. You pay a certain amount and every winner will double your money. So you pay 250 for this trade. The maximum value you can get out of this trade is $5. You risk $250 to make $250. And the final section is trade management emails. So for this section, I highly encourage you to watch a video which is also linked in the description below, which is how to use the trade tracker to track your own trades. And at a very high level, the way it works is you can use Maya's trade alerts, the trades that Maya is taking in my account, to do further research. And if you like them, you can take those trades, or you can take your own trades. So there is no rule like you can't take your own trades. You can even use a trade scanner on the website. And if you see a good setup, you take that trade. So let's say you have a trade open. Watch that video which shows you enter that trade into the trade tracker. Now the trade tracker is really cool because it's the log of your trade history. It keeps track of your performance, PNL, ROI, winners, losers, lots of statistics. It keeps track of. But the best part is that if you add a trade to the trade tracker, Maya's engine will kick off twice a day and take all your trades from the trade tracker and run those trades against its trade management rules. And if a trade needs to be closed, it will send you an email that, by the way, these trades need management. So that's the most important feature for you to succeed with this system, is to follow the rules. And these trade management emails are those emails. So if you can get up to 2 emails a day, and you can choose the frequency based on the settings. It's as simple as that. Remember, Maya is a rule following system, and its secret sauce is not some 90% win rate. It's simply having a set of rules and following them over and over again.